Japan is a place I can never get enough of, and Tokyo's districts each have their own unique vibe. Come along as I take you through the must-visit spots. I'll show you what to do, what to see, what to eat, where to stay, and how to get around. Plus, I'll share tips to make the most out of your Tokyo adventure. Stick around until the end for free packing lists and find all the links mentioned on my blog. We kicked off day 1 by exploring the contrast between old and modern Japan. We started in Asakusa, where our hotel was located. Asakusa is a historic district centered around Tokyo's oldest temple, offering a blend of traditional and modern Japan. You'll see rickshaw drivers and tourists in kimonos, and later in the video, we'll visit the Tokyo Skytree. For breakfast, we stopped by Misojyu, a charming spot known for its miso soup and onigiri sets. The miso soup was unlike anything I've had before. It's so comforting, even on a hot day, and paired perfectly with the onigiri, a triangular rice ball with fillings. Japanese rice is truly on another level. After breakfast, we visited Senso-ji Temple, Tokyo's oldest temple. This Buddhist temple is known for its stunning architecture and history. And the street leading to Senso-ji Temple is Nakamise-Dori, a lively street packed with souvenir shops and street food, perfect for a little afternoon snack. I treated myself to some refreshing matcha ice cream to cool off in the heat. And here's a quick tip. In Japan, it's good etiquette to eat street food right next to the vendor instead of while walking. And at the end of Nakamise-Dori is Kaminarimon Gate, one of Tokyo's most photographed landmarks. It serves as a protective entrance to Senso-ji Temple. This area was incredibly busy since we visited in late May, which was peak travel season in Japan. And here's my second tip. To fully enjoy Asakusa's historic architecture, I recommend visiting early before the shops on Nakamise-Dori open, or later in the evening when they're closed. It's a quieter, more serene experience where you can truly enjoy the beauty. Next, we stopped at Know Your Barber for my husband's haircut. Though it may seem unusual, many tourists visit Japanese salons for their precision and high-quality service. The English-speaking barber took about an hour, meticulously shampooing, massaging, and styling his hair, making it a worthwhile experience. We then headed to Akihabara, which contrasts sharply with Asakusa. Known as Electric Town, it's the main hub for electronics, arcades, and anime shops. Here's my third tip. I recommend you visit Akihabara at night to experience its neon lights in full effect. Around lunchtime, we stopped at CoCo ICHIBANYA, the famous Japanese curry house. Curry was introduced to Japan by the British in the 19th century and has since become a beloved comfort food. At CoCo's, you can customize your meal with different rice portions, spice levels, and over 40 toppings. If you haven't been, it's a must-try, with branches all over Tokyo and Japan. Tip number 4, order the cheesy garlic naan. It's not your typical naan, but you won't regret it. And then across the street, we walked off our lunch at Yodobashi, a massive 9-story electronics store selling everything from phones and cameras to games and bidets. Tip 5. If the exchange rate is favorable, wait to buy your electronics at Yodobashi. You'll likely find what you need at a lower price and tax-free. Just bring your passport. I saved about $80 on a camera lens I'd been eyeing. And to escape from the summer heat, especially challenging at 4 months pregnant, we cooled off at Cafe Mocha. It's a peaceful spot to relax with these chonky furry friends, enjoy unlimited drinks, and charge our devices. If cats aren't your thing, there are also dog, maid, and butler cafes nearby. And we ended the day shopping at Uniqlo for breathable clothes to beat the heat. Tip 6. If you're petite like me, you'll find better fitting clothes at Uniqlo in Japan. Still full from CoCo's, we skipped dinner and called it a night to prepare for an early start the next day. Speaking of which, day 2. Here, we dived into Japanese culture from both local and tourist perspectives. I woke up early to visit Bunkyo City, a peaceful residential ward home to Tokyo Dome and tranquil shrines like Nezu Shrine. To enjoy the cool morning, I joined a kimono walking tour to learn about the traditions behind visiting Tokyo's many shrines. My local guide Sayoko made the experience even more special. Dressed in a yukata for summer, I learned the graceful mannerisms for wearing traditional attire, like how to properly visit Shinto shrines, wash hands, make prayers, and even draw omikuji, which are fortune slips. Sayoko also captured beautiful photos and videos at Nezu Shrine, making it a memorable way to immerse myself in Japanese culture while taking home some keepsake photos. Next, I headed to Adachi City, a historic downtown area blending Edo period architecture with modern elements. With my appetite building, I met Masoko for a hands-on udon making experience. She taught me how to make tauchi udon, which is thick, chewy, handmade noodles, tamagoyaki, a rolled omelette, and tempura, a deep-fried dish introduced by the Portuguese Jesuits back in the 16th century. As a food lover, this experience was eye-opening. What better souvenir than the skill to cook authentic Japanese food at home and relive the experience? Masoko was the perfect guide and can accommodate allergies and vegetarian diets if needed. Back in Asakusa, just across the river from Senso-ji Temple, I visited Tokyo Skytree, Japan's tallest structure. You can enjoy stunning panoramic views from the top, or shop at over 300 unique shops and restaurants below. Although my husband and I had visited before, I still recommend going up for those amazing views. And on a clear day, you might even spot Mount Fuji. Instead of heading to the top, we chose to shop at Donguri Republic, the largest Studio Ghibli store in Tokyo. With the most extensive selection of Ghibli merchandise, it's the ideal spot for fans just like me. We ended up having a late lunch. We decided to head across to World Beer Museum. Obviously, I didn't drink any beers, but the chicken wings, pizza, and Japanese-style carbonara were absolutely delicious and hit the spot perfectly. Next, we took the subway to the eclectic and quirky Harajuku. We headed straight to Takeshita-Dori, a vibrant street filled with bright boutiques, street food, and Purikura. We stopped by Marion Crepes, where the Japanese-style crepes are thin, soft, and packed with generous fillings. These crepes are handheld and come with a variety of customizable options, from matcha ice cream and red bean paste to fresh fruits and savory fillings. They are as delicious as they are pretty. Afterward, we visited Purikura Noa, a basement shop with 25 quirky photo booths. It's a unique experience and the results make for fun, memorable keepsakes. Just be prepared for some alien-like distortion. Next, we hopped on the subway to the vibrant, youthful, and iconic Shibuya district, known for its fashion, nightlife, and the famous Shibuya crossing. This bustling crossing is a scramble-style intersection where all traffic lights turn red, letting hordes of pedestrians cross from all directions. Tip 8. For an amazing bird's-eye view of this scramble, head to the second floor of the nearby Starbucks and enjoy the spectacle. This is one of those places that's exactly like how you see it in the movies. So we walked through the crossing to visit Shibuya 109, a trendy 10-story department store perfect for some fashion shopping. Don't forget to bring your passport for some tax-free shopping. And while you're in the area, check out Ichiran Ramen for a unique dining experience. They serve tonkotsu ramen in solo booths, making it ideal for introverts who want a quiet, personal meal. You can watch my video here for more on this experience. Day 3. For our last day, we visited some well-known spots, from fresh sushi and major temples to rockabilly dancers. We kicked off the day with breakfast at Kafikan in Asakusa, a cozy cafe serving Western brunch sets like hot cakes, eggs and toast, with freshly brewed coffee. We chose the savory options, and though the meal seemed simple, everything was incredibly fresh. It reminds you of how restaurants in Japan just put so much thought into the quality of their food. And with full tummies and caffeine boosts, we headed to Tsukiji Market, famous for its tuna auctions and vibrant market atmosphere. Here, you can enjoy the freshest sushi straight from the market. And as a pregnant woman craving sushi, I took advantage of the high and strict sushi standards in Japan. I completely indulged and was delighted by the freshness and flavor. Beyond seafood, Tsukiji is a treasure trove for unique Japanese ingredients and knives. After my udon making class the day before, I picked up some ingredients to make dashi broth. Next, we headed to Shibuya to visit Meiji Jingu, a serene Shinto shrine nestled in a lush forest right in the heart of Tokyo. It's the perfect peaceful escape from the city's hustle and bustle. We took part in some Shinto rituals I'd learned from my Kimono walking tour, like purifying our hands and mouths at the water basin and making offerings and prayers at the shrine. For a change of pace, we strolled over to Yoyogi Park to catch the quirky rockabilly dancers. They usually gather on Sundays near the clock tower, set up their speakers, and dance in groups. It's a lively, unique spectacle that draws spectators like me. The Rockabilly scene is just one of the many eclectic experiences Tokyo has to offer. And with the summer heat, we cooled off at another cat cafe in Harajuku. It was the perfect spot to relax, rehydrate, and get our bearings before heading back to our hotel in Asakusa. And on the way, we stopped by a convenience store because I had a craving for a Japanese corn dog, which I actually find way more satisfying than the American version. And after a much-needed rest, we met our local guide Ryo for an Asakusa food tour. I adore food tours, and this one in Asakusa was amazing. We delved into the history of Asakusa and enjoyed the beauty of Senso-ji Temple and Kaminarimon Gate without the crowds, and sampled delicious tempura, the area's specialty. It's lightly battered seafood and vegetables deep-fried to a heavenly and light crispy coating. We also explored various casual eateries and took in the relaxed nightlife at Asakusa. Whilst Shinjuku, Ginza, and Shibuya buzz with activity at night, Asakusa offers a more laid-back vibe. We even stumbled upon an underground passage to a hidden bar where a ninja bartender served drinks and sang in the karaoke room. It was a night full of tasty food, cultural experiences, and mingling with the locals and tourists alike. To wrap up our trip, we headed to Mega Don Quijote in Asakusa. Open 24 hours, it's perfect for last-minute shopping before your flight home. If you haven't been, it's a shopping paradise with great deals on just about everything. It can be a bit chaotic with other tourists, but it's definitely worth a visit. Tip 8. If you want more chaos to get lost in, the largest Mega Don Quijote location is in Shibuya. On day 4, we sadly said goodbye to Japan and headed back home to Guam. We were so bummed to leave and wish we could have stayed longer. When it comes to getting to Narita Airport from Tokyo, you have a few options. You can take the train, but be ready to haul your luggage up and down stairs. Alternatively, you can grab a cab, which is convenient but pricier. Or for a smooth ride, you can hop on the airport limousine bus, which picks you up from specific spots in Tokyo and takes you directly to either Narita or Haneda Airport. Our hotel was one of the airport limousine's pickup spots, but we ended up taking the train since the earliest pickup didn't fit our flight schedule. Speaking of hotels, we stayed at the Asakusa View Hotel, just a 10-minute walk from the iconic Senso-ji Temple in Asakusa. It's perfectly located near several bus and subway stops, and there's a ton of convenience stores, restaurants, and even a Mega Don Quijote within walking distance. To navigate Tokyo's extensive train and bus system, a rechargeable card like Pasmo or Suica is your best bet. However, due to a chip shortage, these cards might not be available at all stations. But we found ours at the Asakusa station with no hassle. If you're using an iPhone, you can download the Pasmo or Suica app and simply tap your phone on the subway machine. Unfortunately, our Android phones weren't supported at the time, but finding the physical cards wasn't a big deal. I relied on Google Maps for navigating Tokyo's public transit, and it worked perfectly for us. And that's a wrap on my 3-day adventure in Tokyo, Japan. This trip was such a magical experience, from exploring vibrant neighborhoods to savoring delicious food. Tokyo truly captivated me with its blend of tradition and modernity, and I hope you get to feel the same excitement and wonder on your own journey. If you enjoyed this guide and found it helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. For more travel tips and guides to other parts of Japan, check out my Japan travel playlist here. Don't forget to download my free packing list for every type of trip from my resource library linked below. If you have any questions about this guide or Tokyo, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. Safe travels and see you next time!
Not for the low.